Hey everyone, if you're planning a trip to Yellowstone National Park, you're in for one of the most unforgettable adventures of your life.
But before you go, we have some tips which I wish someone had told us before we visited, and they will seriously upgrade your experience.
From staying connected to spotting wildlife like a pro, here's everything you need to know before stepping foot in Yellowstone.
In case you're new here, we're Blaze and Joe, and we're on a mission to see all 50 states before our visa runs out.
We moved from the UK to the US last year with our dog Jacob, and with only a short amount of time to fit it all in, we're saying sure, why not, to every adventure.
Our North America bucket list keeps growing, and we've got a lot to pack in.
So why not subscribe and join us for the journey, because life's an adventure.
So, tip number one is download offline maps. Yellowstone is huge. It has over 2 million acres and there's almost no cell service inside the park. Yeah, that includes the campgrounds, the visitor centres, anywhere. There wasn't even Wi-Fi.
So before you go, we highly advise you download offline maps. We used Google Maps, so if you're not sure how to do this, it's very simple. There's probably quite a few tutorials on YouTube, so have a look at that. Just make sure you zoom out far enough to cover the entirety of the park, and also make sure you are including your accommodation and any points of interest you know you're going to want to visit, like Old Faithful. We also included Bozeman Airport, where we were flying into, and the RV pickup location just in case.
This saved us countless times when we were trying to find a trailhead, a scenic lookout, or even just the way back to the campsite at midnight. But you don't want to rely on signal in Yellowstone. That's the important thing here.
It's basically non-existent. Tip number 2, hikers, get All Trails Premium.
Do you know, if you're hiking, and you should be, because Yellowstone has some pretty epic trails, then I do recommend upgrading to All Trails Premium.
The big win compared to the free version, you can download hiking trail maps for offline use, and your GPS still works even without cell service. It's a game changer for staying on track and avoiding wrong turns in the backcountry.
Tip number 3, don't be scared to rent an RV.
We were so close to being scared off from renting an RV after reading so many Reddit posts saying things like, you can't park it anywhere, or it's too difficult to manoeuvre. You read them all.
And let's just say, there was no need to worry. And this is coming from us, we have never driven an RV before. Yes, it's not like we're pros. You know, for context, the RV was 25 foot.
There's plenty of parking at major attractions like Old Faithful, Grand Prismatic Springs, Norris Geyser Basin. The lots are huge and they're designed to handle RVs.
Yeah, there is also so many pull-in areas across the park. So even if we didn't try the car park for a spot, we used one of the pull-ins and just walked to the site that we wanted to see.
Tip number 4, book your campgrounds early.
If you're planning to stay inside the park, this tip is crucial. You need to book your campgrounds early, especially if you're going during peak season.
We stayed at Canyon Campground and it ended up being the perfect location for us. It's pretty central, which makes it easy to get to the northern areas like Lamar Valley and the Geyser Basins in the south.
Yeah, prices are reasonable too. I think we paid around $50 a night, which is a good deal for staying inside of Yellowstone. I think there's some cheaper ones, but you have to be on it to book them before they fill up.
Reservations do open months in advance, so it's worth putting a note in your calendar for when the slots open so you can book it as soon as it's released.
So our 5th tip is bring binoculars. Do you know, I was dead against getting binoculars because I thought there'd be a waste of money, we wouldn't need them. But actually it turned out really important to be able to do our bear, wolves and elk spotting. You know, so we weren't thinking that every single rock was a bear.
You don't necessarily need a top of the range pair. I got ours from Amazon and they cost $20 and they were absolutely fine.
Wildlife spotting is one of the top highlights of Yellowstone, but many of the animals are far away in the valleys, across the rivers, or hidden amongst the trees. So yeah, I think binoculars was a good shout.
Tip number 6, start your day early. If you want to beat the crowds, get a better parking space, better lighting for your photos, or increase your chance of spotting wildlife, start your day early.
You know, by 9 AM, a lot of the major spots started to get busy, with some filling up before that. You know, the Mar Valley overlook space is filled up, you know, I think around 7 AM. And obviously your chances of spotting certain wildlife massively increases early in the morning, which is a big plus.
So set that alarm early, it's worth it.
Tip number 7, pack layers, because the weather changes fast. Yellowstone's weather is wild. You know, you experience the sun, wind, rain and hail all within the same day.
So pack layers you can easily take off or throw on. Think base layers, a good waterproof jacket, and maybe even gloves and a beanie if you're standing outside early morning.
The weather can change fast, so basically come prepared for anything. Tip number 8, don't buy bear spray, rent it. Most visitors to Yellowstone won't need it, but it's still very smart and often required to carry bear spray when hiking. There's lots of places that sell it, even at the Bozeman airport, and it costs around $50 to $60, but you don't need to buy it. A lot of places rent it out for much cheaper. We were going to rent ours from Bear Aware, but found the rental RV company rented it and actually gave it to us for free. So it definitely needs to check with your accommodation or rental service to see if they might include it or have supplies for you to rent.
Just remember, you can't fly home with bear spray, so it's actually not ideal to buy it unless you're driving.
Alright, those were our 8 top tips for visiting Yellowstone National Park, which I hope were helpful when you were planning your own adventure.
If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more travel content. If you've got any Yellowstone hacks of your own or any questions, drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear them.
Stay safe in Yellowstone and we'll see you in the next adventure.
Bye.